It's mid-December and the big question is back. Will the UK see a white Christmas this year? For many, the idea of waking up to a blanket of snow on Christmas morning is the ultimate festive dream, conjuring images of cozy firesides, snowmen in the garden, and the magic of the holiday season. But how likely is it really? After a mild and often rainy autumn, sharp cold snaps have swept across the country, bringing the first real taste of winter. Scotland and northern England have already seen their fair share of snow, with children and adults alike making the most of the wintry scenes. These early snowfalls have sparked nationwide curiosity and hope. Could this be a sign of more to come as Christmas approaches? To find the answer, we have to look far beyond our local weather reports. The real story begins high above the North Pole, where a powerful weather phenomenon known as the Polar Vortex takes shape. This swirling system of icy air can have a dramatic impact on weather patterns across Europe, including the UK. The polar vortex is essentially a vast pool of extremely cold air trapped in the stratosphere, circling the Arctic. When it's strong, it keeps the cold locked up north. But when it weakens or becomes unstable, frigid Arctic air can spill southwards, sometimes bringing snow and icy conditions to the UK and beyond. Understanding this phenomenon is key to predicting whether we'll get that coveted white Christmas. In this chapter, we'll break down exactly how the polar vortex works, why it sometimes weakens, and how those changes can unleash blasts of Arctic air over the British Isles. We'll also explore how meteorologists use advanced models and satellite data to track these shifts and make their predictions. We'll take a closer look at the latest forecasts, discuss which regions are most likely to see snow this Christmas, and offer practical tips on how to prepare for whatever winter has in store. Whether you're hoping for a snowy scene or dreading travel disruptions, we've got you covered. By the end of this chapter, you'll know whether to keep your snow boots handy, and you'll have a deeper understanding of the fascinating science behind the season. So, grab a warm drink, settle in, and let's dive into the wintry world of UK weather. The polar vortex isn't a storm, it's a vast, spinning pool of frigid air high above the North Pole, forming every winter as the sun disappears and temperatures plummet. A strong polar vortex is like a locked refrigerator, with the jet stream acting as the door that keeps the cold air trapped up north. When the vortex is stable, the UK gets its usual mild, wet winters, thanks to the Atlantic's influence. But the strength of the vortex can change, sometimes dramatically, from year to year. When it's strong, the jet stream stays straight, bringing us gray skies and rain, not Siberian cold. As long as that door stays shut, the UK is shielded from Arctic blasts. But when the lock weakens, everything changes. So, what happens when the polar vortex gets disrupted? Enter sudden stratospheric warming, or SSW. Powerful atmospheric waves can slam into the vortex, causing it to rapidly warm and lose its tight spin. This wobble weakens the jet stream, making it snake and dip, opening the gates for Arctic air to escape south. The result? The UK can suddenly find itself in the path of icy air, while other regions warm up. These events don't happen every winter, but they're becoming more common as Arctic sea ice declines. A warmer Arctic means more atmospheric waves, which can disrupt the vortex more often. The upshot: weather whiplash, mild one week, freezing the next, could become a regular feature of UK winters. Scientists are watching this trend closely. High above the Arctic, a vast pool of frigid air spins in a tight circle. This is the polar vortex, a powerful force that helps keep the coldest air locked near the North Pole. But sometimes, this icy guardian weakens. When the polar vortex loses strength, the jet stream, a fast-moving ribbon of air high in the atmosphere, begins to meander and wobble, no longer holding a straight path. These twists and turns in the jet stream open the door for cold air to escape its Arctic home, surging southwards across Europe and barreling straight into the UK, sometimes even from as far away as Siberia. When this happens, the UK is suddenly gripped by a biting easterly or northerly wind. These winds can be relentless, transforming gentle rain into swirling snow and causing temperatures to plummet in a matter of hours. As the frigid air sweeps over the relatively warmer waters of the North Sea or the Atlantic Ocean, it picks up extra moisture from the sea surface. This added moisture fuels intense localized snow showers, especially along the east coast and in northern regions, where the cold air first makes landfall. The result is what meteorologists call sea effect snow. It can blanket areas like Scotland and northeast England in a thick, sudden layer of white, sometimes catching communities off guard. Even parts of southern England, such as Kent, can find themselves transformed into a winter wonderland when conditions are just right. The exact impact of these cold air invasions depends on the position and shape of the jet stream. A small shift in its path can mean the difference between a light dusting of snow and a full-blown blizzard. Sometimes just a few miles can separate calm, clear skies from blinding snow and howling winds. That's why the UK's winter weather can be so unpredictable. For meteorologists, forecasting these snow events is a real challenge. The interplay between the polar vortex, jet stream, and local sea temperatures creates a complex puzzle that's difficult to solve. Some of the UK's most memorable cold spells, those that make headlines and linger in people's memories for years, like the infamous Beast from the East in 2018, brought travel to a standstill and left entire communities snowed in. All of these dramatic events can be traced back to a sudden wobble or disruption in the polar vortex, setting off a chain reaction in the atmosphere. It's a delicate atmospheric dance, one that can turn the UK from mild and green to icy and white almost overnight, reminding us just how powerful and unpredictable our weather can be. This autumn was unusually warm, but by mid-November, the polar vortex weakened and the weather flipped. Snow arrived in Scotland and North Yorkshire, with temperatures plunging below freezing and the Met Office issuing warnings. The cold snap wasn't a one-off. Forecasts pointed to more icy blasts, with some areas in the Highlands dropping to -12. While the north shivered, parts of central Scotland saw milder, rainy weather, showing just how varied UK conditions can be. The boundary between Arctic and Atlantic air created a patchwork of snow, ice, and rain across the country. This rapid shift from warmth to winter is classic weather whiplash from a weakened polar vortex. For forecasters, it's a challenge to keep up with such fast-changing patterns. The UK's winter story is never simple. So, what's ahead as we approach Christmas and the new year? The next 3 weeks promise a real mix of weather across the UK, with plenty of twists and turns in store. As the festive season draws closer, many of us are wondering if we'll see snowflakes on Christmas morning, or if it'll be another year of rain and gray skies. Let's take a closer look at what you can expect as December gives way to January. With the polar vortex still weakened, the door to Arctic air remains open, raising the odds of wintry weather. This means that cold blasts from the north are more likely to reach us, bringing the potential for snow, ice, and frosty mornings. The atmosphere is primed for surprises, and even a small shift in the weather pattern could tip the balance between a mild spell and a sudden cold snap. Expect a tug-of-war between cold air from the north and milder Atlantic systems from the west. This ongoing battle will shape our day-to-day weather, sometimes bringing sharp frosts and other times milder, wetter conditions. One day you might wake up to a crisp, icy morning, and the next, find yourself reaching for an umbrella as rain sweeps in. Scotland and northern England have the best shot at a white Christmas, especially on higher ground. The hills and mountains in these regions are most likely to see snow settle, creating those postcard-perfect winter scenes. If you're hoping for a snowy Christmas, heading north or to higher elevations will give you the best chance. For the Midlands and the South, snow is possible but less likely. Cold rain or sleet is more probable. These areas are more exposed to milder air from the Atlantic, which tends to keep temperatures just above freezing. So, while you might see a few flakes, it's more likely you'll be dealing with chilly rain, damp pavements, and overcast skies. Any snow in the south will likely be brief, with milder air quickly returning. If snow does fall, it probably won't stick around for long. Expect it to turn to rain or melt away as temperatures rise. Keep an eye out for those fleeting wintry moments, but don't be surprised if they're gone by lunchtime. Into January, the risk of sharp cold snaps remains, but they'll likely be short-lived, followed by milder, wetter spells. The start of the new year often brings a roller coaster of temperatures, with cold nights giving way to milder, unsettled weather. Be prepared for sudden changes, as the weather can shift quickly from icy to rainy within a day or two. Be ready for frosts, icy patches, and the occasional disruptive snow, especially up north. Roads and pavements could be slippery, so take extra care if you're out and about early in the morning. Northern areas are most at risk for travel disruption, but even southern regions could see a touch of frost or ice on colder nights. It's a classic British winter, unpredictable and ever-changing. From frosty mornings to sudden downpours, and the occasional burst of sunshine, you'll need to be ready for anything. So, keep your warm coats, umbrellas, and maybe even your snow boots handy. The next 3 weeks will keep us all on our toes, as the weather writes its own festive story. Every time forecasts mention the polar vortex or snow, the UK reacts with a mix of excitement and skepticism. Years of snow bomb headlines that fizzle into drizzle have made people wary. Social media is full of jokes and doubts. They say snow, we get rain, is a common refrain. The UK's maritime climate makes it tough for cold air to stick around, and dramatic headlines don't help public trust. Still, the annual "Will it snow?" debate is a national tradition, bringing humor and shared memories. Forecasters must balance warning of risks with admitting uncertainty. Weather is about probabilities, not guarantees. Despite the skepticism, the conversation brings people together. Weather is as much about community as it is about science. If snow does arrive, don't rush to clear it from your garden. Snow acts as a natural insulator, protecting plants from deep frost. As it melts, snow releases nutrients like nitrogen, enriching the soil and hydrating roots gently. Leave snow on lawns and flower beds, but watch for heavy, wet snow on tree branches. It can cause breakage and safety hazards. Gently brush off heavy snow from trees with a soft broom, pushing upwards to avoid snapping branches. Clear paths and driveways for safety, piling snow onto your garden where it can do good. A little smart snow management protects your plants and keeps your property safe. Embrace the benefits of snow. It's nature's winter blanket. Stay safe and enjoy the wintry scene. The polar vortex's weakened state has set the stage for more wintry weather as the year ends. While a white Christmas everywhere is unlikely, the odds are up for northern regions. The battle between Arctic cold and Atlantic mildness will keep things unsettled. Expect sharp frosts, icy roads, and snow in the north, with milder, wetter spells in between. Prepare your home, car, and garden for winter's challenges. Dress in layers and keep an eye on the forecast. It's going to be a roller coaster. The polar vortex's dance reminds us how powerful and unpredictable our weather can be. Stay warm, stay safe, and enjoy the drama of a true British winter.